Andre Woodson and the Wildcats 5-1 for the year. LSU, as we said, undefeated. And a moment ago, Tracy Wolfson had a chance to chat with head coach Les Miles.
Coach, your team is coming off an emotional win over Florida. How do you avoid a letdown today?
Our team understands we're coming to play for victory. It happens every weekend in this conference. We understand it's 0-0, and the difference will be made by the guys wearing our helmets.
So are you hiding any fourth down gambles in that pocket today?
No, there's no hidden agenda. We're going to just come to play.
Thanks a lot. Good luck.
Thanks.
Experience SEC college football on CBS, brought to you in high definition by Sony. Well, this is a very special Saturday. 67 degrees, slight wind out of the southwest, 5 to 10, clear skies in the forecast. This is the 55th meeting between these two. It was an annual get-together between 1949 and 2002. Kentucky's last win in 1999. LSU won the toss. They have deferred, so Kentucky will get the ball to open the football game. Josh Jasper will kick off. Derek Locke and Keenan Burton are the two men deep. Jasper, it's taken by Keenan Burton, and he returns it to the 27-yard line. Tackle made by Danny McCray. And the lineups presented by Applebee's. Andre Woodson, 65%. Gaudy stats, 18 touchdowns, 2 interceptions. Offensive line, Christian Johnson gets the start at left guard, and Zip Duncan, normally on the left side, moves over to the right side. Burton and Steve Johnson are the wideouts. Raphael Little, the leading ground gainer on the team, not playing today because of a thigh bruise, and Tony Dixon gets the start. Here's Woodson, lofts it out. That's Dickie Lyons. They opened with 3 wides, and Dickie Lyons gives Kentucky a first down. Defensively, #1 defense in the country. Up front, awesome front four. Jackson and Dorsey and Favorite and Pittman. The linebackers, Sanders, Beckwith, and Highsmith. And the secondary, it's a good one as well. Zenon, Stelz, Taylor, and Jackson. And Les Miles, the head coach. 28-4 as a head coach. Here's the handoff. Dixon going left. The down marker on the far side had not been changed. That was a first down play, though it said #2. So flag the chain gang. Well, this LSU defense, Gary, is just an outstanding 11.
And everybody says the same thing about them. They not only have dominating players at each level, but they have a front four that is a mismatch to the front 5 for the offensive line. That'll be the key to the football game for Kentucky. Can they keep that wave off Woodson?
2nd and 6. Woodson, quick setup, inside slant. And Craig Stelz is there to knock it away. Crowd thought there might have been a little contact.
That is a matchup that Kentucky loves in this football game. Tammy against Stelz. Tammy is an ex-wide receiver made into a slash tight end. Stelz is a ball-hawking, leading tackler in the secondary. But if you look at the tapes and the games we've seen, South Carolina picked on them, and Kentucky believes they can also.
3rd and 6, opening series of the ball game. Out of the gun, Woodson. Timeout, LSU.
Not enough guys on the field.
We played less than a minute. And we'll be back after this.
I'm Dari Noka, and you're watching the SEC Network. Due to time constraints, we move ahead in our coverage.
3 running backs now. Power set. Play action. Woodson rolls out. He's got a man in his face. It's tipped and pumped for a touchdown. T.C. Drake, the second-team tight end. First catch, first TD catch, obviously. Kentucky leads by 6. In the end zone. Andre Woodson now for the season, 19 touchdown passes. Lonis Sieber with the extra point. He's 27 of 30 this year. This one is good.
Well, we called it as a rollout, and that's what happened. You're going to see Woodson roll out, and he really had two players wide open he could have thrown. Stelz gets a piece of it. It's tipped back to Drake. But on that play, both Tammy, who he was throwing the ball to, and Drake, who was the trailer, could have caught it for touchdown. And Woodson says, whoo, that is not.
Just another average weekend in Lexington. They're racing at Keeneland. Billy Gillespie, the new coach in basketball, had 23,000 out for Big Blue Madness last night. And Kentucky takes on the top-ranked team in the country. And that top-ranked team, as we open the second quarter, has a first and goal with Charles Scott, the tailback. He gets the handoff and gets rewarded for the touchdown after he had completed the 55-yard run.
Let's again point out why LSU has a chance to run the table. Not only are they extremely gifted, but they're extremely deep. 4 different tailbacks, 2 quarterbacks, 4 wide receivers, and they're not even playing their best one in this game through set. That's why they're tough to beat.
Colt David is 5 extra points away from tying the all-time record at LSU. He's perfect for this year. And he ties it up. Charles Scott, a sophomore, 55-yard run to set up the equalizing touchdown. Then he plunges 1 yard to get it.
I'm Dari Noka, and you're watching the SEC Network. Due to time constraints, we move ahead in our coverage.
Colt David is on. He missed 2 the other night, 37 and 43. This is from 31.
Look how safe they're playing. A lot of guys standing up, protecting, no rush.
Glenn puts it down. The kick is up, and it is good. It was an exciting ride on that drive. We had a 48-yard pass called back. We had a 3rd and 18 converted. We had a play reversed to college football.
And something you don't see very often is a field goal from LSU.
Demetrius Byrd should have had the catch. Instead, he's an anchor. 10-7 ball game. Kentucky scored first. LSU has come back with a long run, 55 yards. Charles Scott to set up a 1-yard touchdown run. That tied it. And then Colt David with a 31-yard field goal. It's 10-7. Les Miles' team is driving.
I'd be thinking Perilou. Is Perilou in the game? I can't quite see.
He is not.
Wow. That option play has been so good to them on 3rd down.
Charles Scott is the running back. Tolliver in the slot to the left. They toss it. Scott comes right. Breaks a tackle. Touchdown LSU.
This team has so many ways. Just so many ways.
Scott with his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon and his 6th of the season.
And remember, we talked about the guys that really weren't part of that Florida game. Williams and Scott, they're dying to play out here. They're not overlooking anything. They want the ball.
Colt David out of Matt Flynn's hold. The snap is Jacob O'Hare. Up and good. Colt David, perfect 31 of 31 for the season.
Well, we thought maybe they'd run an option. What do? They run a kind of a inside pitch. Off tackle with the pitch, and that guy can get to the end zone.
On the sidelines in his third year, the head coach, Les Miles. Les Miles is not one to hide his emotions.
I'm worried about finishing this game and finishing it well. Our football team's damn good. We figure to show that the second half.
How are you going to do that?
Play our ass. This stadium, this crowd, this place, pretty special.
Well, that was a handshake with Urban Meyer at the end of that epic contest last Saturday night. And I know for the three of us, Gary, Tracy, myself, that's a night we will never forget.
Sure was. It's everything that personifies college football was wrapped up in that night.
Scott with a 13-yard run, but the key play in that drive, the questionable pass interference call on 4th down. They called it on Trevard Lindley. Here's the kick taken by Burton at the 5. Coming left. And he's halted at the 21-yard line. Well, coming up at the half, Tim Brendo, Spencer Tillman, the Geico halftime report. Alabama hangs on to win today. South Carolina out of conference game. They defeated this Kentucky team 10 days ago.
Those long drives by LSU and that early turnover has gutted all of the rhythm that this Kentucky offense had for the half. They've only had 90 yards now.
First down and 10. Dixon comes left. Out of bounds. Just a footnote. Remember on the previous kickoff there was offsides on number 11, and I said Perilou is on the kicking team? He was.
He was.
Yes. You come to LSU to play football, by golly, you play football. All parts of it.
See here, Kentucky has to be careful. They do not want to punt again. I'm telling you. Right now, they will get out of this half. Running out of bounds. LSU has 2 timeouts. Les Miles will call timeout if they don't move the ball here.
Here's Woodson back. Under pressure, throws it left side. Tammy with the catch. Yep, it sure was. That's good for a first down.
That's the matchup that I think that Kentucky has to go at more and more and more. Once you establish Tammy against the safeties, and I think he can do it, 6, 7, 8 catches in this game, that'll open up the outside for Burton and Lyons and Johnson.
Jacob Tammy, already a graduate of the University of Kentucky, intends on going into marketing someday. First down and 10. Woodson has time, goes deep left side. He's got Steve Johnson. Chevis Jackson got mixed up. Steve Johnson, who was the hero of the win here over Louisville, with a huge play.
You must throw the ball deep if you're a passing team. Steve Johnson looking back. He's comfortable. The ball's in the air. Jackson out of sorts a bit. Johnson comes back and gets it and puts it into a position to score or at least a field goal.
Derek Locke on the field for the first time. He gives the block to Woodson. The diving try is incomplete for Dickie Lyons Jr. Monsell Allen, a freshman tailback, is on now. Number 30.
From the state of Louisiana, by the way, displaced in Katrina.
Yes, from New Orleans. High school teammate of Dickie Lyons. He goes out, Woodson pulls up, he'll run, and he will score. My, how significant for the Wildcats. Lona Siebert, Andre Woodson, who is not a running quarterback.
No, he's not. But you could have drove a truck through that one.
Lona Siebert with the extra point. Kentucky has cut it to 3. They went 78 yards in 37 seconds.
LSU does not believe Woodson is going to run the ball, so they play man coverage. The linebacker's going to go out with the back. Now watch this. There's nobody spying. There's no Tebow. This guy won't. Yes, he will. He'll run. And that drive just put Kentucky back in this game because it was slipping very fast for them. That big deep pass, the pass to Tammy that really set it up. And look at Kentucky. Their defense was gassed, but Woodson, their senior quarterback, brought them back in this football game.
I'm Dari Noka, and you're watching the SEC Network. Due to time constraints, we move ahead in our coverage.
Backs in the eye. Perilou hands it to the tailback. Nothing doing. Jacob Hester. Jeremy Jarman, number 99, with the tackle. Second and goal.
It's not like Kentucky is getting outclassed. It's just the dynamics of this LSU offense. They have a lot of weapons, and you almost have to force them into a mistake because they'll just keep picking away at you and finding a way to make a big play.
11th play of this drive, the open third quarter. Charles Scott and Jacob Hester now. Hester moves into the fullback position.
Play action pass down here.
Flynn is the quarterback. Play action goes in the corner. Dixon, touchdown LSU. And Flynn's limping.
He tweaked it. I thought he might have tweaked it on that hit on the broken play earlier. I think he did. I think he might have tweaked it early. That one was an easy just drop back and throw it. I think it happened on that play when we said, you know, what happened on that play and who got the hit, and when Jeremy Jarman got that hit.
Right. Colt David for the extra point. Flynn will hold. Extra point is good. Richard Dixon from Ocean Springs, Mississippi, had a touchdown catch against South Carolina. Gets this one to extend the LSU lead.
He's definitely limping on the play. A little play action pass. Dixon's going to slide out. Second down is play action down. We all know it. You don't have to be any great predictor to know that. Everybody on 2nd and 5 likes to call those tight ends to the outside, and this one was wide open. Got two quarterbacks. Les Miles says, use two quarterbacks, and Flynn is happy. Perilou's happy. LSU is happy.
Red Lobster presents today's Scholar Athlete for LSU. Luke Sanders, a major in management with a 3.09 GPA. And for Kentucky, Terry Clayton, kinesiology, a young man who plays with a handicap, lost his hearing at the age of 5 when he was stricken with chicken pox. Special teams player and a backup linebacker. Red Lobster's commitment to the investment of our future is shown today by donating $1,000 to each school's general scholarship fund. And today's selection, Luke Sanders, Terry Clayton. 52 yards, 11 plays. It took 5:48, and Dixon caught it from Matt Flynn. Josh Jasper will kick off. Returnable. Burton at the 9. Oh, wow. Oh, boy. Well, we mentioned Terry Clayton's name as our Scholar Athlete. For more, let's go down to Tracy.
Vern, playing football for Clayton is extremely hard. It's a very big challenge because he's not allowed to use his hearing aid on the field. So he must rely on signs and lip reading. But he said it's extremely hard to do that when everyone has its helmet on. So he uses his eyes a lot. He watches the player's body language, and he sees things others may not. He is truly a remarkable person, guys.
All right, Trace, right side, Tony Dixon with his 15th carry of the ball game, a modest yards per carry average of less than 2.
Let's remember again that Kentucky's playing without Raphael Little, their game player. You know, he's a good receiver, shifty, you know, senior player who's been through everything, and Kentucky's a little short-handed. And Keenan Burton, you know, I was talking to some people in the press box at halftime, and they feel Keenan Burton's ankle is bothering him in the first half. He didn't tell us anything when we talked to him.
Not a word. Andre Woodson scampered for a touchdown right before halftime to cut the margin then to 17-14 on second down. Well played, Dixon. Nothing there. See Kirsten Pittman and Tyson Jackson, number 49 and 93, Jonathan Zenon. There was a congregational meeting held at Mr. Dixon's body. 8:40 to go, third quarter.
Well, we talked about Kentucky having to run the ball throughout the whole game. 25 yards a quarter. Problem is, when you don't gain it, it's third and long.
And it is now 3rd and 8.
11 men at the line of scrimmage for LSU.
Dorsey is at right defensive tackle. Woodson back. Here comes Taylor. The ball is away and intercepted by Chad Jones. Picked off by Chad Jones, number 3. And Woodson has been intercepted for the 2nd time this afternoon.
This is something Bo Pelini likes to do. He saves a gimmick defense for the second half so that at halftime Kentucky has no opportunity. It was exactly like Vern called it. Curtis Taylor who gets the hit and the ball flutters on the play. Curtis Taylor's right there. Watch him come in. Comes in free, and as Woodson lets it go, the ball does not come out cleanly. Does not obviously go deep enough, and there's the interception. Fake blitz, drop back a free safety, get a turnover again on first down.
What beautiful country this is, with the horse farms outside of Lexington and Keeneland. Racing going on. By the way, the winner of the 9th race at Keeneland yesterday was a horse called Stylish Wildcat.
Nice name.
Yeah.
Omen, not so far.
Not so far. Looked like it was an omen right before the half. Here's the handoff to Richard Murphy, number 26. And Matt Flynn a little gimpy.
He is. Well, there's a couple plays that it could have possibly happened. Remember the busted play where he got tackled? Could have got his ankle bent on that one. That might be likely. And then took a little bit of a shot, and Flynn was protected on that one. And you can see how he's gingerly jogging off.
Again, the high ankle sprain occurred in the 2nd quarter of that win over Virginia Tech in Baton Rouge, week 2 of the season. He missed the next game. And Les Miles telling us yesterday that he was almost 100% going into this one. Reverse. It's given off to Tolliver, and he's tackled behind the line of scrimmage by Trevard Lindley, who was not fooled at all, stayed at home, and Tolliver came right to him.
Now, this possibly could be the football game for Kentucky. They got to get a stop here. I mistakenly said that interception happened on first down. It was third down. It was not a long drive. What I was trying to say is this defense has not had a lot of long drives to sit on the sideline. They, even though it's early in the 3rd quarter, they've been out there a lot lately.
3rd down. Scott is the running back. Flynn is the quarterback. Comes left, caught. I don't know if LaFell got enough. Let's see where the spot is. It'll be close. Brandon LaFell makes the tackle. Trevard Lindley, who is trying to stop him today, and on the whole has done a very good job.
One of the few times Lindley played off LaFleur on that play. Usually he's bump and run right in him. That time he played off, and you could see that either the call was made upstairs or at the line of scrimmage by Flynn to call the out route against off coverage.
Ryan Perilou replaces Matt Flynn on first down. He did get enough.
Here's a look with the pistol, the little pistol, the 6-shooter right here.
And he backs up. Perilou, right side.
He got tripped, I believe, by one of his own guys as he threw the ball. I think one of his offensive linemen took Perilou's feet out from under him.
Looked like it was Saron Black, number 70, the left tackle.
Perilou fakes the option. LSU's going for it all. It was, he stepped on Saron Black's foot to foot.
Saron Black, who was a high school teammate of Matt Flynn's in Tyler, Texas. Saron Black said it came down to a choice between LSU or Texas. And he went across the border. 2nd down and 10. Hester, Flynn. Well, he doesn't show any gimpiness on that run.
He's got the Jim Brown limp on that one. Right?
Yes.
Limps back to the huddle. We got him now, and he comes back. The last thing Matt Flynn wants to do is to go through another 3 weeks of everybody talking about his ankle. Now, straight ahead speed is different than side to side speed. This is a keeper right up the middle this time. And boy, the number of different ways LSU attacks you, it's really fun to watch.
216 yards rushing for LSU. They average per game 227. Here's Holiday at 5'5", 160, and that's a gain of either 9 or 10.
We talk about Trinidad Holiday. He's not just a fast guy. He's a north-south guy. And this time, you got a track guy, one of the best in the country, running north-south. Now, we talked about how this defense might be gassed. The last 4 possessions for Kentucky, 17 seconds, 37 seconds, 18 seconds, and the last one was a minute and 4, 3 plays of turnover. That's why I'm saying this Kentucky defense has saw too much offense right now.
2nd down and 1. Hester, 1st down. 5:09 to go. The clock stopped as they moved the chain. Les Miles, 53 years of age, Michigan grad, 76. Coach for Bo Schembechler. Actually, he asked Bo Schembechler for a job as a graduate assistant on 3 different occasions before Schembechler said, "You really want to do this?" Les Miles took a cut in pay from $50,000 to $8,500 per year when he took that job. He was a trucking executive. Here's Flynn. Hit as he lets it go. It's incomplete. It'll be 2nd down. Married to Catherine, who was an assistant basketball coach, women's basketball coach, and the parents of 4 children. 2nd and 10. Charles Scott, Sean Jordan in the eye. Matt Flynn, the quarterback, hands it off to Scott. It'll be 3rd down. Jeremy Jarman with the tackle.
I mean, that's a good resume for South Florida.
3rd and 8. This is the 10th play of the drive. LSU up by 10. Here's Holiday. They fake it to him. Flynn pulls up. He's got Zinger in the end zone, and Zinger can't. It was over his head.
That was being very kind. That Zinger's known as the blocking tight end. He earned his reputation on this one. I think this was feathered in beautifully.
That's very subtly put, by the way.
Watch this feather shot right here from Flynn. I thought this ball could have easily been caught, and he had one hand going one way and one hand going the other way, and Flynn goes, uh-oh. I guess that's why he's referred to as our blocking tight end. That should have been 7 points.
Colt David on for the field goal. On 4th down, this will be a field goal try from 30 yards away.
Kentucky plays safe.
Flynn puts it down. Colt David kicks it up and through. So he's 2 of 2 today, Colt David. Junior out of Grapevine, Texas. And LSU has dominated here in the 3rd quarter.
What a huge spot by Kentucky. They're in the game.
3:49 to go 3rd quarter, 27-14. 58 plays for LSU, 38 plays for Kentucky. And Jeremy Jarman, number 99, looks a little weary on that bench. He's been out there for a long time. Jarman, the sophomore, we mentioned earlier, a member of the Thespian Club in high school at Houston High School in Collierville, Tennessee. More on that in a moment.
He looks tired there, and that's after 2 minutes of rest.
Yes. Well, Jeremy Jarman starred in a stage production of A Few Good Men, made famous by Jack Nicholson in the movie. Here's the kickoff. It's going to be brought out by Derek Locke. Wow. Oh, gee. Down at the 17-yard line.
Well, Locke is a true freshman high school sprinter and long jump. Track scholarship to Kentucky. He's got a lot of desire and guts and determination, but this was not a smart play, and he's lucky he held on to the ball there. Very fortunate to hang on to the ball because he got tattooed I think it was by Chad Jones.
It was first down and 10.
Corner blitz from Xenon right here, and they know it. Kentucky does.
Woodson with the play change. And they hand it off. Dixon. Right side. Flag comes flying. Craig Stelz makes the tackle, but there was a flag thrown from way downfield.
Face mask. Number 16 on the defense. 5 yards added to the end of the run. First down.
Stelz got a little grab on it. Can't really get his hand through because he's got a visor there, but you see his left hand gets the lower part of the face mask and he lets go quickly. That's why he only got 5.
First down and 10. 27-14, 13-point lead by the undefeated LSU Tigers. Flip out right side, Dixon. Fumble! Ball is loose. And it went out of bounds, I believe, before LSU could recover. That will be Kentucky possession.
It sure did. Ball was hit from behind. I think it was one of the defensive linemen that got the hand on it, poked it right out.
It was a fumble by their offense, forward out of bounds. The ball will be brought back to the spot of the foul. It'll be a first down.
I think he meant fumble. Let's see who gets their hand on it. It's not Highsmith. It's the next person coming in.
Al Woods.
Al Woods it was. And watch this ball. Woods has it for a second, and he really throws it out himself trying to catch the ball. Nothing you can do about it.
First down and 10. Across the 50 at the 48-yard line. Derek Locke is the running back. He gets it. Goes right.
Pittman is the guy who kind of is the wild card. He goes back and forth.
Right side. Locke. Inside the 30. Gain of 16 for Derek Locke, who came to Kentucky on a track scholarship.
Yeah, he really broke through in that fourth quarter against Arkansas when he ran the ball with 3 of his tailbacks in front of him injured. Ran it 9 times, scored a touchdown, had almost 50 yards, 48 yards, and he's come through for them again here, giving that tailback position a little pop here.
True freshman out of Hugo, Oklahoma. Here's Woodson, right side. Broken tackle, Steve Johnson.
Boy, you notice, you got to really give it to Joker Phillips here. He has not come out of his game plan. They're continuing to run the ball just enough and throw their quick passes to the outside. This one is in and out of the hands of the quarterback. Missed tackle to the outside by Xenon. And boy, this Kentucky team only down 13. Very manageable.
Dickie Lyons Jr. in the slot to the left. Steve Johnson's wide right. And Burton top of the screen. Motion into the end zone. Oh, almost intercepted by Danny McCray, but it is a dead ball foul.
Sure was.
So pre-snap penalty. That would not have counted had it been caught.
Very interesting. Kentucky goes on the same snap count every play. I'll let this thing.
Offside on the defense. Contact on number 99. The penalty is 5 yards from the previous spot. It'll remain first down.
Sounds interesting, does it? Kentucky goes on the same snap count every play unless it's changed in the huddle. And the reason they said they were having too many 5-yard penalties, they've got their offensive line used to it, and they don't get those dumb 5-yarders like they did in past years.
Back at the line of scrimmage after the penalty. Locke remains as the tailback. And he gets the handoff right up the middle over Eric Scott into Marlon Favorite and Kirsten Pittman. Don't forget, later in the game today, the 5-star play of the game presented by Wrangler.
It's funny when we talk to the LSU players. I mean, they know what it's all about. They know we got to go undefeated. If we want to reach our goal, we got to go undefeated. I mean, they know the story here.
It's a 2nd down and 4. Kentucky trails by 13. Andre Woodson into the end zone. Caught, touchdown.
Easy.
Jacob Tamme, the tight end.
So easy. That's the matchup down there. We saw the drop touchdown pass by LSU.
Tamme, a senior from Danville, Kentucky, offered a scholarship here by Guy Morris, the previous coach. He missed his visit here because he played for Danville High. They had won 47 in a row. That's his wife, Allison. They had won 47 in a row, lost on a Friday night. He did not make the visit because he was heartsick. And because of probation scholarship limitations, the offer was withdrawn, then given back to him.
Watch this head fake, Vern. This is when you withdraw a scholarship, you give it back because a guy can do this. A former wide receiver. Watch the head fake against Stelz. He's going to fake to the outside and go right up the seam. We've been saying this is the matchup. Fake outside, inside. That's just like, well, that's the first thing you learn in flag football. Give the little fake outside, throw it inside. It's a matchup we've been talking about in film that was there. They saw it in South Carolina. It's wide open here, and Stelz had no chance. Kentucky has not been able to attack the new corner down here yet. Will they give it a shot?
That's Jai Eugene replacing Chevis Jackson. Woodson looks his way, nothing there. Goes deep in the end zone, and it's way beyond the end line. 4th down.
Yeah. If any positive yards there, you might think 4-down territory, but on 3rd and very long, you got to make it a 3-point game.
And so Lonis Sieber comes on. He is 7 of 9 for the season. Long kick this season, 48 yards. His 2 misses have come from 40 and 44. Lonis Sieber, sophomore from Knoxville, Tennessee. Mastay will hold 33-yard field goal to cut the margin to 3. He's done it. Just under 8 minutes to go. 27-24. LSU. On their feet in Commonwealth Stadium in Lexington. Report from Tracy Wolfson. Chevis Jackson, 2 swollen eyes. Craig Stelz belted just a moment ago, Gary.
Dickey Lines puts Craig Stelz 2.5 feet in the air. Watch this hit. Watch Stelz go up 2.5 feet up in the air on that hit. Watch him go up under the chin. He raised Stelz up off the ground with that hit.
They tend to Craig Stelz on the sideline. Dickey Lyons Jr. So Harry Coleman has taken his spot. Kentucky with 326 yards today. 1st down at the 15. Woodson in the spread. Hands it off. Derek Locke, the true freshman, gets pushed forward. Tyson Jackson. How about this true freshman from Hugo, Oklahoma?
Well, they've got it going. They're running the ball from the spread because they can throw the ball to the tight end. Oh, great block by Tamme. We said when Tamme comes in, he must be able to block, and he did a great job there to spring the freshman. 2nd
and 2 at the 8, 5:57 to go. 2-man wide right, 1 left. Johnson is to the left. They hand it off again. Locke. This time, nothing. It'll be 3rd and 1. Tyson Jackson, number 93. With the tackle.
That's a big mismatch for Jacob Tamme to handle these defensive ends. But he's out there. He told us in that meeting Friday, we knew the rest of this conference wasn't coming down to our level. We have to step it up or we'll die. And he stepped it up. He was in there watching. What did he tell us? I'm watching blocking. It's come through on that play.
Steve Johnson comes out. DeMario Ford is a late add to the huddle. 3rd down and 1. Under center, Andre Woodson. DeMario Ford starts in motion. They hand it left. No, sir. 4th down. Derry Beckwith, number 48.
84 Lem also got in on that play. I couldn't tell if underneath Dorsey was, but I think Dorsey was on the bottom of it also. Dorsey right there, right in the middle. See if he's in on the play. Dorsey, Beckwith, Alem, and actually Dorsey comes in late. Alem is there and Beckwith, wow, what a stop.
And so Lonis Sieber, a sophomore from Knoxville, Tennessee, on to attempt the tying field goal from 28 yards. Tim Mastay is the holder. Snap is good, hold is down, kick is up. We're tied at 27. I said last week we'll try and top this next week.
No one's handing you a national championship anymore. You got to earn it.
4:21 to go. Top-ranked and undefeated LSU getting all it can handle from the Wildcats of Kentucky. LSU 6-0. Kentucky came in 5-1. The Wildcats were down by 27-14. What might be regarded as the key play of this game. Matt Flynn to a wide-open Keith Zinger, the tight end.
I think so.
And Zinger dropped it. That would have made it 31-14. But instead, it allowed Kentucky to continue its hope. They've come back and tied it up now on their last 3 drives. Touchdown, field goal, field goal.
I think you're right, Vernon, because it remained at a 13-point game. Kentucky could stick with their run game, play-action game, and short passing game because they only had a 2-possession game instead of a 3-possession game.
Matt Flynn intercepted by Trevard Lindley on the last LSU possession. Mastay with the kick. This one will be returned. It's Keelan Williams, number 5. Flag is down. Another flag is down. Let's go back and take another look at that pass play to Keith Zinger.
Well, this was a 3rd down call. Rollout. Zinger's wide open. I thought Flynn put the touch there. Easily could have been caught, I felt, on that play. Flynn thought so. Zinger, you know, that's not what he's known for. Maybe it would have been better to switch Dixon and Zinger back to back, but you're going for surprise on that play. They felt that was the reason he got open, but the catch was not made.
During the return, holding. Number 32 on the receiving team. The penalty is 10 yards from the spot of the foul. It'll be first down.
And another of the tight ends is down for LSU. This is Mitt Cole on the depth chart, listed as the number 3 tight end.
Well, Dickie Lyons had a big hit. He's from Louisiana. Watch number 30, Allen. Moncel Allen's from Louisiana also. 2 guys from the state of Louisiana coming up with big knockout hits in the 4th quarter to get this physical Kentucky team, I'm saying that, physical Kentucky team making a statement.
Both teams, all 3 timeouts. In this ball game, this is the worst starting field position now for LSU. Matt Flynn gets the snap. Hester, the hero of last Saturday night's win over Florida, gets 3 yards, and that gives us a moment to go back to New York. Once again, here's Tim Brando.
Vern, as of now, 3 teams in the East control their own destiny. South Carolina, Tennessee, and yes, Vandy. Sean Walker on the reverse, 15 yards, 10-7. He's a Georgia kid doing in his home state team. Vandy with the lead by 3. Vern?
I think you can make a case, Tim, that Georgia's among the most disappointing teams in the SEC thus far this year. Ryan Miller has gone most of this half at center, and now Flynn in trouble. Dominic Lewis got him.
Decent coverage, but the story of the game again has been that front 4 for Kentucky. They have played physical football. They pressure Flynn. Somebody makes a play. Another one made by the physical Kentucky defense. Will LSU have enough guts to put Pearlou back in the game? Remember, Les Miles said we're best when both play. He's been going with Flynn.
And it's 3rd and 10. Flynn backs up. Nobody there. Tucks it. Runs it. Sells out. He's short of the... I don't know. I don't know. It's so close.
I think he got it, to tell you the truth. I think he lunged it past.
Boy, he gave up his body, didn't he?
He sure did. He got no choice. You have to do that. You can't slide on that play. Let's see if his knee came down.
No.
No, did not. He
No.
dove. He dove forward. That's another huge scramble on third down, the second of the game.
Remember, in the second quarter, 3rd and 18, and Matt Flynn, high ankle sprain and all, scrambled for, oh, ho, ho.
You know, I'll tell you, his right elbow came down. Remember the Jacob Hester elbow against Florida last year?
Yep.
I thought his right elbow came down before the ball crossed the line. Let's see if this gets reviewed. There's the... Well, the ball is over. The ball is over before he crosses.
Yes.
Absolutely. Elbow went down short of the line, but the ball was already past the line.
2:30 to go. Both teams, all 3 timeouts remaining. Charles Scott is in at tailback. Hester moves to the fullback position. Mitchell goes wide left. Kentucky blitzing. Flynn stands up across the middle. LaFell bounces off the first tackle, leans out to the 36-yard line.
Shows you how these injuries have impacts on the game. If Doucette was playing, Lindley would be on Doucette, and LaFell would have the next best corner. Doucette is not able to take Lindley, so Lindley's able to handle the second best receiver, and he's handled them in this football game so far.
Well, not much of a sense of urgency here by LSU. And the clock shows 1:37, about 15, 16 seconds elapsed. Close to 20 by the time the ball is snapped. Flynn, he's got LaFell wide open. Diving, go, he dropped it. Oh, he dropped it.
I thought it was really short, though, Vern. Could he have caught the ball? Yes, but it was about another 8 yards short. Let's see if it goes through his hands. Ball's short again. Turns around. I didn't see it real clearly. Oh, yeah. It hit him in the face mask.
Sure.
It hit him in the face mask. There is no doubt LaFell, who has really struggled. You know, he didn't even slow that one down.
6 drops today. 3rd down, less than a yard. Hester.
Wow.
To the 46-yard line. Clock will stop while they reset the chain. Oh, boy, Sean Jordan knocked down by Wesley Woodyard. The first carry of the season for the fullback. Lost one. Colt David has kicked a couple today. Timeout called by LSU. It was Jordan leading the way through on Jacob Hester's run a moment ago. Tie game, 55 seconds to go. 2nd down, 11. Colt David's career-long 45 yards. They've got quite a ways to go.
Holiday, first time way out to the outside.
Defenders play off of him. Flynn rolls out. He'll have to run it again. He goes left, pulls up. Now lobs it deep over LaFell.
Oh, man. Throw it right to him. He lobbed it.
3rd and 11.
This is a bad one by Matt Flynn. This is one he'd love to have back. Flynn is going to come out, roll right. Now LaFell is wide open here. If you just throw it right at him, what? That was a, you almost got to miss a guy like that. That's like maybe 6 foot too high on that throw.
3rd and 11.
The winning plays aren't being made yet by LSU.
They toss it out to Richard Murphy. And the 4th-string tailback is out of bounds at the 40-yard line. Well, how do you do? The game's on the line, tied 27, and you put your number 4 tailback in.
This was actually a lateral on this play. Big Herman Johnson's going to, no, it was Saron Black. I'm sorry, Saron Black comes out, and boy, Richard Scott comes out and makes that play. It was really a lateral. And Murphy, I'm sorry, comes out and makes that play. Woo, woo. Yeah, yep, you're right. How about that? Fourth tailback, Vern, comes in the game and does that. Isn't that something?
Paul Warford is the injured player, and Trevard Lindley also got knocked on his keister. 27 all, 39 seconds to go.
It hasn't been all Hester. We said depth. Williams, Murphy, Scott, and Holiday have all played a part in this game at tailback.
Josh McManus, number 23, who is not among those on the depth chart, is on the field. He's wide right. They flip it out too far in front of Mitchell. Second down and 10. Hard to breathe.
Imagine doing it. Actually, it's probably easier to play than it is if you're an LSU fan to watch.
Second down and 10.
It says it all, doesn't it?
McManus wide left. Charles Scott is the running back alongside Matt Flynn. Blitz. Flynn up. Fires it for LaFell. One hopper. Third and 10. 28 seconds to go.
Pressure up front again. This time 6 are coming. Steve Brown brings, defensive coordinator brings an extra guy, brings the linebacker, and just as he wants to let that go through, Corey Peters, number 91, forced a short arm.
So far in this drive, LSU has converted on 3rd and 10, now 3rd and 11, and here it is, 3rd and 10 again.
Yes, you're right. A scramble, a screen. What do they do this time?
McManus and Mitchell wide left, LaFell bottom of the screen wide right. They toss it out. Great defense. Charles Scott, 18 seconds to go.
If I was Les Miles, I'd run it down to 1 second, call a timeout, and loft one into the end zone.
Now the clock is at 5. That may be exactly what he's got in mind. 1 second. Well, make it 2. Timeout called.
See, now you can go for it on 4th down with no risk of Kentucky getting the ball back. This has happened before here, hasn't it? A last-second touchdown?
Bluegrass Miracle comes to mind. Marcus Randall, Devery Henderson, a 33-30 LSU win.
In a way, Rich Brooks could have taken a timeout.
Well, here it was. November 9th, 2002. There was the go-ahead field goal. Guy Morris gets doused. Premature celebration. Here's Randall from his 18. Tipped twice by Kentucky defenders into the hands of Devery Henderson, who strolls in. Officially a 75-yard touchdown pass. The Bluegrass Miracle. Now 4th and 9. Well, last week, Chad Scott defending knocked down Tim Tebow's pass in the end zone.
Right. See, I thought if Rich Brooks would have called timeout and there was 25 seconds to go, then you couldn't risk it on 4th down. But now with 2 seconds to go, you can.
Flynn has 3 to the right, Mitchell, Tolliver, and Bird.
Timeout, Kentucky. They are confused. Not going to be able to take them to overtime. You might as well get set in your right defense,
Yep.
correct defense.
Well, you think back on this game, and there were 2 drop passes of significance. This, still, I think, the critical play of the game.
I think that made it a 2-possession game, but this one by LaFell, when he didn't even slow the ball down. It was underthrown, but he was backing up. If he comes up with that one, LSU's in field goal range already to steal this game at the end.
27-27. Only twice before in its history has Kentucky knocked off a #1 team. Once under Bear Bryant, that was Oklahoma. Once in '64, Ole Miss and John Vaught. That team was coached by Charlie Bradshaw. And Colt David is coming on.
Oh, interesting.
His career long is 45. Matt Flynn holds. This is from 57 yards away.
Kentucky will take a timeout again. Florida dodged a couple games when they had to block field goals. You have to win a game like this to get to the national championship.
Do you like the odds of a 57-yard field goal from Colt David or a Hail Mary in the end zone?
I really, to tell you the truth, don't know his range. I don't think he's ever kicked one this far.
45.
I think I'd rather just go for it, but he knows him. I'll go with Les Miles.
On the way. No, short. But it wasn't that short.
I think it was that long enough? I could not tell at the end. That was inches away, wasn't it?
Yes, it was.
Let's watch this again. He rocketed it. It hooks just a bit. It was wide left.
It was. I thought short. It was wide left.
That was far enough. That was far enough. That would have made it. So Les Miles was right again. Inches away.
Colt David, career long, 45 yards. Why not overtime? (27-27) as we began overtime. And just a reminder, in college football, the overtime rule is a coin toss will decide possession. Offense starts at the opponent's 25-yard line. Each team keeps the ball until it scores or fails to make a first down. And at the beginning of the third overtime, you must go for 2 points.
We got overtime. We're going to flip it one time. Okay? The winner of the coin toss chooses to go on offense, defense, or the end of the field that they want to play on. Each team will have one timeout. Each team right now has one challenge left. Okay? The winner of the coin toss will have those choices. Then we're going to put the ball on the 25-yard line and play from there. I've got the same coin. This is heads. The SEC logo is tails. This is heads. The SEC logo is tails. You visit the team, I want you to call it. Okay. You can call it tails. Let it flip. I'm going to flip it and catch it. If I drop it, I'll do it again. Okay? Here we go. It's tails.
You want to play defense.
You want to play defense.
LSU.
And so we're set.
So who does it favor? LSU's lost 4 defenders.
Kentucky will put the ball in play on that end of the field. Good luck, gentlemen.
Let's see, try to talk about who does this favor. You know, LSU's defense is without Jackson, probably without Steltz, and Kentucky has scored their last 3 times they've had the ball. And LSU has to feel like they dodged one here and have life and a chance to redeem themselves. Answer is, doesn't favor either team.
In overtime, all time, 7-1 for LSU, 1-2 for Kentucky, and Craig Steltz is back on the field. Chevis Jackson is not. The report from Tracy, Chevis Jackson, the cornerback, 2 swollen eyes. Jai Eugene, who was victimized on a big pass play to Steve Johnson, is at right cornerback, and Johnson lines up against him. Steltz playing. I'll bet he's still a little woozy. 1st and 10. Woodson out of the spread. Flag. Not a good way to start.
No. See, because you're in field goal range to start with. Now, if nothing happens, you're out of field goal range.
Prior to the snap, false start. Number 79 on the offense. It's a 5-yard penalty from the previous spot. It'll still be first down.
Gary Williams, the left tackle, puts Rich Brooks into agony.
Because Jai Eugene right here is the corner. Steltz is going to have to favor this way a little bit to clean up for that guy. I like Tammy right there, tight end. Steltz is going to have to help on the corner.
Jai Eugene up close. Woodson scrambles, pulls up, lobs it incomplete, wide right. Jai Eugene down in the corner against Steve Johnson. There's Tyson Jackson. Flag is down.
Is it roughing?
Personal foul. Roughing the pass.
Whoa!
Number 93 on the defense. 15 yards from the previous stop. Automatic first down.
Got whacked in the face as he let it go. It was Jackson, and that's the call right there. Easy call.
Sure was.
You know, you can understand the defender's reaching up with his hands. He just can't come forward and hit that quarterback. Now, obviously, Kentucky knows they got 3 points in their back pocket.
Woodson under center now. Derek Locke, the freshman. They give it to Locke. He comes right, gets a couple of yards down near the 13-yard line. Derry Beckwith made the tackle, number 48.
I mean, last week, Stanford beats USC with a sub-quarterback. Can Kentucky beat LSU with a track guy at tailback?
Ran track at Hugo, Oklahoma.
Right. I mean, I'm giving up my expert stuff. I don't have any idea what's going on anymore.
Second down 8 at the 13-yard line. Kentucky opted to play offense going into the student section at the right side. All the LSU fans way 100 yards away. Here's Locke. And Tyson Jackson, who just committed that infraction, the personal foul, makes the tackle here. Johnson right side this time. Nicky Lyons in the slot to the left. Woodson with some pressure inside. Johnson to the 1.
Well, when the Louisville game was on the line, he went to Johnson. In the first half, when they were behind, he went to Johnson. Now on third down, it's Johnson again. How about that protection? That play took a while, and LSU's front four did not put any pressure that time at all. And that was one of the keys to the game. Could they protect Woodson? That time that offensive line stepped up.
First and goal from the 1. Derek Locke is the deep back. They give it to Locke, and he's driven backwards.
Man.
Al Woods, number 97, up high, shoulder high.
Well, Locke was a 25-foot long jumper in high school. He tries to jump 6 feet, but Al Woods is in the way.
Second and goal from the 1 in overtime. First possession for Kentucky against the undefeated top-ranked LSU Tigers. Locke is the deep back. Grinter, number 40, is the blocking back. Did he get it? Yes, he did. Touchdown, Wildcats.
Boy, this was so close. I thought Highsmith was right there. Woods was right there. All you have to do is break the plane. Ollie Highsmith runs by him. Beckwith. Wow, Beckwith just noses him up there. I couldn't tell.
Nope.
Will it be reviewed?
It
will be reviewed. It will be reviewed.
Well, the call was made by the official on the far side of the goal line.
It will be reviewed. How about Locke holding on to that ball? How about the belief that Kentucky has in a freshman? Here it is from overhead. Let's see if we can see Beckwith right there in the middle if he makes the play. Highsmith runs right by him. I thought he had him. Gets kicked out. Dorsey's there. Boy, I don't know. I don't know. You know, and Les Miles, I read his lips. He said he didn't get in.
Right near the goal line.
Dorsey, first hit. Beckwith with the cleanup. This official at the top is the guy who calls touchdown. See his arms go up right there?
Now, Steve Landis, the replay official, has had a busy night.
Dorsey. Beckwith. Man, I can't tell. I'm being honest on this one.
Now the end zone view.
After review, the ruling on the field stands. It is a touchdown.
A year ago, he was playing football in Hugo, Oklahoma. Tonight, against the top-ranked LSU Tigers, Derek Locke has carried 18 times for 63 yards and a touchdown in overtime. Lonis Sieber with the extra point. Kentucky up by 7.
The dynamics are different for Kentucky now. LSU's defense had to stop 3 and out because they were going to kick a field goal on 4th down. Right now, Kentucky has 4-down territory to stop because LSU's going to go it for 4 downs no matter what, obviously.
Think back to the previous set of plays. An illegal procedure pre-snap penalty made it 1st and 15 at the 30, and Tyson Jackson, unnecessary roughness on the quarterback, 15-yard penalty. Now, Matt Flynn out of the backfield. It's Murphy, right side, inside the 20, down to the 17-yard line. Second down. Double tight end, Richard Dixon and Keith Zinger. It's 2nd down and 2. Zinger goes left, Dixon right. The wide receivers are Mitchell top of the screen, LaFell at the bottom. And off Hester. Puts his head down and bulls inside the 10. 1st and goal, Louisiana State.
Once you gain 7 or 8 yards on 1st down, you know you're going to go with Hester. He's got 3 downs to make a 1st down. He only needed 1. What a big block up front that time by Carnell Stewart behind Kitt, Lyle Kitt, Brett Helms. Right side looks as strong as the left side to me of this LSU line.
LaFell and Mitchell wide left. McManus wide right. 1st and goal. Flynn. Play fake. Comes right. Looks for Dixon. Fires it low. Dixon with the catch. Down around the knees.
See, Dixon's such a much better athlete. He can grab. That wasn't a great throw. You know, I'm not picking on Zinger. He is what he is. He's a blocking tight end. Here, this poor throw, Dixon's able to grab it around his ankles and get down there in a position where they're on the, 2-3 yard line.
Yes. J.D. Lott is in as an extra tight end. Tight right. This is Zinger. Now comes back to the right side. They pitch it out. Left side. Murphy strolls in untouched. LSU an extra point away from the tie in overtime.
Same play that was used against Florida to score a touchdown. Fake the power to the right, quick pitch. Murphy takes it into the end zone. This is an NFL type play. You've seen Reggie Bush run this play. It's not really an option. It's just throw him one way. Kentucky has to sell out, and you just put the speed on the clock.
Colt David to tie it up. Perfect. We go to the 2nd overtime. Richard Murphy takes it around the left side, goes in untouched. The All-American Glenn Dorsey gives his approval. Matt Flynn, senior quarterback. What do you think? What's
he
he
waited
thinking?
5, almost 6 years for this season. He was redshirted for the national championship. He waited behind Jamarcus Russell. He almost beat him out. Remember that bowl game a couple of years ago? They went with Jamarcus Russell. He didn't transfer. He waited till his 5th year, senior. It's finally his team. He's the quarterback.
Out on the field, the other option, Andre Woodson, Jacob Hester, the respective captains.
LSU will be putting the ball in play on this end of the field.
LSU, quite wisely, wants to get away from that student section, and they're going toward the section that contains their fans now.
This time it was Kentucky's choice, and they decided to play defense. Now it's 3-down territory for LSU because you got to put 3 points on the board. It's a little different stop for this Kentucky defense now. What I don't like most about college overtime is the stats count. I don't see how the stats can count when you put the ball in the 25-yard line.
It does at least give both teams a chance,
Sure, I
as opposed to
understand
the
that.
NFL rule.
There's no doubt about that, but it distorts the game. I mean, this game could end up, 52-51,
Right.
and I don't see why, I don't want a guy throwing 3 touchdown passes in overtime. To me, it should just be overtime win.
Right. First down and 10, Matt Flynn, 5th-year senior from Tyler, Texas. He's got Hester, Terrence Tolliver, and LaFell of the wideouts, bottom of the screen. Toss, Hester, right side. Couple of yards. Braxton Kelly, number 56, made the tackle. LSU at one point led 27-14. Kentucky fought back, made it 27-21, 27-24, and then 27-all. Second down and 9.
We have not seen Ryan Parley, which takes that option game off the table for LSU.
Trendon Holiday, the speedster, is wide to the right with Mitchell. They're 3 men, wide left, empty backfield. Kentucky brings forward Flynn. Terrence Tolliver to the 20, to the 15, to the 10. A flag is down. Hold everything.
I don't know if they're going to call a pick play on the play. Now, you can block if the ball is caught behind the line of scrimmage. Let's see what the call is here. See, if the ball's caught behind the line of scrimmage, you can block before it's caught, as long as the ball is released. That's what they're asking. Are you sure that that ball wasn't completed behind the line of scrimmage? See, behind the line of scrimmage, are you sure?
Mm-hmm.
They might pick this one up. Pressure's on them. They know it. Everybody's watching this game across the country.
Illegal touching. Number 80 on the offense, who was covered up, was not an original eligible receiver. The penalty is 5 yards from the previous spot. Second down.
So what they're saying, it was an illegal formation? I don't see that.
He was covered up.
I think he's back here. You can see the coach right here for Kentucky pointing out the illegal formation. See him pointing to 2 coaches on the sideline. That's the linesman that makes the call right there.
Right.
That's that bench call you get sometimes when the lineman's on your side.
And so it becomes 2nd and 14. At the 29. Flynn, play fake, under real pressure. Sacked. Ventrell Jenkins, number 95, the first there.
I'll tell you, Steve Brown piled up the blitz, but they twisted to the side. Watch this, coming around this way into the inside. A twist inside. I think it was Dominic Lewis comes in free, number 20. Or it was 99, I'm sorry, it was Jeremy Jarman, the guy on the fence that came in and made that play.
3rd and 19.
This is huge.
LaFell, Mitchell, near side. McManus, top of the screen. Timeout, LSU. And so LSU has used its one allotted in overtime. Should they not gain a yard on this third down play, it would set up a 52-yard field goal attempt for Colt David. We saw at the end of regulation, he missed wide left from 57. Now Kentucky playing at home with a 5-1 record off that loss at South Carolina. They would go to 2-1 with a victory and head Florida at home next week. Still in the thick of the SEC East. And out west, LSU undefeated so far, 3-0. 3rd and 19. LaFell, wrong side, redirected by Matt Flynn. 3-man rush, they drop 8. Flynn, deep left side. Demetrius Byrd with a catch at the 21-yard line. It will be 4th down, and that takes 18 yards off the field goal attempt.
That was surprising. Kentucky came with a 3-man rush that time, allowed Flynn to sit back and really put LSU in field goal range now.
Colt David, the junior from Grapevine, Texas, has scored a touchdown this year on a fake field goal, a toss from Flynn. He just missed wide left on the last play of regulation from 57. This is from 38 to give LSU the lead. Got it. Tigers by 3. And now Kentucky comes back on offense.
Kentucky played safe again just to make sure that it was a field goal kick. Good hold by Flynn. He twisted the laces, and David puts it in there. Now, 3-point game. David gets a pat on the head. 3-point game. Kentucky's in 3-down territory.
Andre Woodson, the senior from Radcliffe, Kentucky.
If they get close, will Brooks go for the win here? This is fun, I gotta say.
1st down and 10. Here's Woodson, play fake, goes right side. Locke can't hang on, the freshman. And it's 2nd down and 10.
That might be the one time you're going to miss a Raphael Little, who's so good coming out of the backfield, handling those passes. Locke has been money running the ball, but it looked to me on that one, he was a little uncomfortable catching it coming out of the backfield. That LSU defense, that vaunted defense, has given up 2 touchdowns and 2 field goals the last 4 times. Can they get a stop?
2nd down and 10 out of the spread. Fumble! Woodson, one hop, it comes right back in his hands. He's hit as he lets it go. It's incomplete. He got a fortuitous bounce of the football.
Well, it was a perfect snap, and it is Kentucky, so they should be able to be handling bouncing balls around here, right?
Huh.
Hits him right in the 3. He's a high school basketball player. He said, that's the only thing I ever beat Brian Brown in is basketball. And he was lucky to get it away.
Danny McCray was coming and was very close to him. 3rd and 10. LSU leads by 3. Jacob Tamme is out. DeMario Ford, an extra wide receiver, is in. LSU brings 7 up on the line. And they bring all 7. Blitz. Woodson hit. Derry Beckwith came up the middle untouched. And so Lonis Sieber will come on to try and extend the game. It's 4th and 10.
You know, I'm surprised Kentucky didn't look left here. They had the substituted defender. He looked right. He had Jai Eugene on the receiver and could not get it.
Mastay is the holder. Lona Sieber, sophomore, from 43 yards away to extend the game. Got it. Third overtime.
It's a three-man operation. Snap, hold, kick. Right down the pipe.
And because it is a three-man operation, we should mention the third. Brad Hart, redshirt freshman from Marion, Kentucky. Well, I have a good friend, the late Governor Louis Nunn, who would say right now, let's step aside. We go to the third overtime. Wesley Woodyard and Jacob Hester, longtime friends and combatants.
LSU has chosen to go on defense. Kentucky will put the ball in play on this end of the field at the 25-yard line.
Little coaching going on from Les Miles, talking to Ollie Highsmith, Derry Beckwith. And beginning with the third overtime, teams must attempt a two-point conversion after a touchdown. And on the sideline, the kicker who just tied this up, Lona Sieber.
Well, not often you see the #1 team get tied up with a guy with 2 earrings in, do you?
Times they are a-changing, as Bob Dylan once wrote.
Hey, I wouldn't care if my kicker wore bracelets. If he could kick it through the uprights, I could care less.
First down and 10, Kentucky will go on offense at the Kentucky student end of the field. Woodson, toss it, lock, chased, caught, beautiful play. That was Luke Sanders, number 35.
That's a guy you don't call a lot because of these substituted defenses. He doesn't get to play when it goes spread. Same play that LSU scored. Fake one way, go the other way. And Luke Sanders runs it down. Look at that play.
Second down and 9. Dickie Lyons Jr. and Keenan Burton come wide right. Steve Johnson is wide left. On second and 9 out of the spread, LSU showing a blitz look. They are not blitzing. Pass is caught at the 19-yard line by Dickie Lyons Jr. Third down.
Again, nice patience, sticking to the game plan. You want to move the pocket a little bit. You don't want it. Last time it was the blitz. Remember, Woodson had problems with him getting hit on second and third down. Now they move the pocket and the launch point.
Derek Locke is the tailback. Again, Woodson will go from the spread.
Yeah, there's the matchup right there, I think. You got a rookie coming in at corner.
And that's the senior Burton against Jai Eugene. They go that direction. Got him. That's Dickie Lyons Jr. as he cut inside.
See what happens here, because Eugene needs help. They're really going to favor. See right here, this guy's going to try to help this guy. When he comes down, the slot goes into the set. We got a little weakness. Cross them, go against the rookie. They might have supposed to have switched, who knows? But that's the matchup that favors Kentucky right now. Jai Eugene out there because they're missing Jackson.
That's Chevis Jackson out with 2 swollen eyes in the fourth quarter. First and goal, Kentucky.
One-on-one again up to the top of the screen.
That's Johnson. They go toward him. Incomplete. Jai Eugene looked back to see if he was going to get flagged.
I know. It was a wrong shoulder. They call it a back shoulder fade. Was not a perfect pass. Had it been, it could have been completed. Jai Eugene did a nice job here. It's a back shoulder fade. If you can't beat him early, quarterback and receiver are both expecting the ball to be thrown to the outside.
In overtime, Kentucky scored a touchdown. LSU tied it with a TD. LSU scored a field goal. Kentucky tied it with a field goal. And now it's second and goal. 37 all. Woodson comes right, half roll into the end zone, incomplete. Third and goal.
the one part of the field right here without a running quarterback that the defense can kind of tee off, and it's why it's forcing Kentucky to roll Woodson. Okay, if they had a running quarterback right now, there would be a quarterback draw called on 2nd down, and Rich Brooks says, this one's too big. I got to call a timeout.
And so Rich Brooks will call his offensive team over to the sidelines. 3rd and goal. Now you go back to 3:30 Eastern time, and LSU comes in as the top-ranked team, favored in this game on the road. They're a good road team. They won 13 in a row. That's the longest win streak in college football now. And so they are trying to defend their #1 ranking in the country and remain undefeated. And for Kentucky, a 5-1 record, but off a defeated South Carolina. They wanted to prove they could play with a team the caliber of LSU. They've done that.
They've proven that. This is their chance for Kentucky. They got 3 straight home games. LSU, Florida, and Mississippi State. Secretly, I think if you ask Rich Brooks, he'd say, I'd take 2 out of 3 of those. Okay, which 2? It'd probably be better to beat Florida because they're in the same division. I think you'll take this one.
Well, on a 3rd and long previously, we saw Derry Beckwith come on the blitz. See what LSU has in mind now. Looks like they've got
definite help out here.
4 down. Yes, indeed. Woodson has the snap on 3rd and goal. Fires it in the end zone. Tipped and complete. A flag is down. Intended for Tammy, the tight end. Against whom?
Well, they're going to call interference on Tammy, and I think it's pretty clear that Beckwith held him.
Holding. Number 27 on the defense, on an eligible receiver, doing a legal forward pass play. The penalty is half the distance to the goal and an automatic first down.
Now, he said 27.
Yeah, that must have been away from the play. I thought Beckwith held Tammy on the play. Here's the matchup that I saw. Here's the call over here to the other side. Watch Beckwith grab Tammy right there. That's what I thought the play was clearly called, but maybe it happened somewhere else.
It results in the 1st and goal. Here's the handoff. No. Woodson fires it out of bounds near the 1. Maurice Grinter, the backup fullback, 1 catch on the season coming into this game.
Yeah, but when we talked to Joker Phillips, he said he's our best receiving fullback, and he said watch him next year. He might be our tight end. In the spring, we could move him there. So you could see the call was comfortable to throw the ball to the fullback, number 40.
And again, the holding call was on Curtis Taylor, number 27.
Must have grabbed the receiver coming across him that we just didn't see.
Locke, the deep man in the eye. Grinter is the fullback. They hand it to Locke. No, I don't believe so. Curtis Taylor was among those up high, and Derry Beckwith, the middle linebacker, first there. 3rd and goal.
Let's go. Oh.
Well, I tell you, nobody can even get near Beckwith. They are just no timeouts here, is there?
No, they have used their timeout.
Better hurry up. Get a call in.
Play clock at 15. 3rd and goal. 3rd overtime. 2, 1. Oh, he didn't get it. And he called a timeout he didn't have.
No, I think it was already delay a game, though, Ern.
Okay.
That is just a bust all around. You can't fake the snap. See, you got to have eyes. You depend on the quarterback. But I tell you, the coaching staff contributed.
Prior to the snap, delay of game. Number 3 on the offense. The penalty was 5 yards from the previous spot. It's still 3rd down.
Coaching staff contributed to that. It was way too long to get the play in. Then they do a simulated snap here. And then they can't trigger it up again. No way, you can't call timeout. You just got to go with it.
And so the ball pushed back to the 7-yard line. 3rd and goal. Lions in the slot to the left.
Coming after him here.
Burton is the wide receiver left, and Johnson bottom of the screen. Woodson pumps once, hit from behind in the end zone. Diving catch, all alone. Steve Johnson. Woodson very slow getting up. Steve Johnson, who caught the 57-yarder that gave Kentucky the win over Louisville. And you must go for 2 in the 3rd overtime.
I'll tell you, there was a protection scheme by Kentucky that made the slant and go possible, that really outfoxed LSU on that play because they came all out, and it was a beautiful protection scheme on the play that allowed Woodson to get rid of it. That is coaching, boy, I'll tell you.
Now, the try for 2, 43-37. Locked to the right, Lions in the slot, they'll load it up to the right side. Woodson in the smoke, rolls out, under pressure, fires. Incomplete.
I'll tell you, watch a freshman. Now look at the scheme here. LSU's coming from both sides. I'll show you what happens on this because it's a slant and go. I wondered I didn't have too much time. Locke is lined up to the left, but he comes over to his right to take on Highsmith. That gives him time. Too late to the backside. A pump fake on a slant and go on an all-out blitz. McCray should have made the play. He wasn't fast enough. Watch this. Slanted go. Zenon says there's no way they have time to run a slant and go. Zenon tries to grab him. Doesn't do it.
Andre Woodson threw it. Steve Johnson caught it. Now LSU in the smoke of a Saturday evening in Lexington. They trail by 6. Flynn. Handoff Hester. 5 yards to the 20-yard line.
LSU can be comfortable running the ball because it's obviously 4-down territory. They believe if they run Hester or Williams or Scott or Murphy 4 times, they're going to pick up a 1st down.
2nd down 4. 43-37. We were tied 27-0 at the end of regulation. Richard Murphy, the 4th-string tailback, is in there. They come right and get nothing. Hester. Early Doucette is making his first appearance on the field.
Wow.
Best receiver for LSU. He's been out for the last 4 games with a groin injury. He goes in the slot to the left side.
Can't save him now, I guess.
3rd and 4. They hand it off to Hester. It'll be 4th down.
It's a nice plan there. Put out Doucette in the slot, hoping maybe 2 guys would go with him, get better numbers, and still run the ball inside. Hester really limping now. Really limping now. All those 4th down calls last week. LSU needs another one. And Hester, Mr. 4th down himself, is limping out.
4th and 2. Top-ranked Louisiana State University, 5 for 5 on 4th downs a week ago in the win over Florida. They will use their allotted timeout. And we will attempt to catch our breath. Louisiana State ranked #1. And the go-ahead touchdown, Steve Johnson.
Here it is again. Here's the blocker to the left. Watch him come across, and McCray thinks he's got a man-to-man and starts out slow. Highsmith thinks he has him. McCray goes slow, gives Woodson time to pump fake, and he'd get it there on an all-out blitz. You should not have time to run a hitch and go or a slant and go. That is a wonderful protection scheme to call that play out. Give Joker Phillips all the credit in the world. He dialed it up.
And so your best running back is out. You've got Charles Scott as a tailback. You were 5 for 5 on fourth downs conversions last week in the win over Florida. It's 4th and 2 now. You've got to get 2 yards. Flynn. Scott. I don't know. I don't think so.
No way.
Kentucky wins. The goalposts have been taken down at both ends.